Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda, and today I'm gonna be giving you guys my Honestly, from all the movies that I have listed here, it looks like 2023 is going to be a really good year for movies, or at least I'm hoping so. This list is organized by release date, not by most anticipated. So to start us off, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is set to release in February 17th. Although a lot of people have been really not liking Marvel's media lately, me being one of them, I'm still really excited to see what they do with this movie in particular, just because Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be the big bad of these phases, and so I'm personally just excited to see where they go with that. The MCU right now has just felt like a lot of different things put together and none of it makes sense to me, so I'm hoping that as the story progresses it all, intertwines, and I think this is the movie where things are really gonna start to pick up. Next up is Daisy Jones and the Six, which is set to release on March 3rd on Amazon Prime. It's a show. The show is being adapted from a book with the same name. I had read the book a couple of years back, and although it's not my favorite of Taylor Jenkins Reid's work, I am really excited to see how the book translates into a show, just because this book was really written in like a documentary format, and so I think it's honestly pretty perfect for a show. And I know that Taylor Jenkins Reid, who's the author of the book, is one of the writers for the show, so I have a lot of hope that it's gonna be a good adaptation, and I'm really excited to see it. This show is centered around a band in the 70s who went from nothing to famous when they added Daisy into the mix. Everything starts going to crap though when the married lead singer of the band starts to fall in love with Daisy. The Little Mermaid, which is set to release on May 26th, was one of my favorite princess movies when I was growing up, and when I heard they were doing a live action movie, I was pretty excited about it. It's gotten a lot of backlash on social media for casting Black actress Halle Bailey to play Ariel. I think society really missed the mark on that one, especially when they casted Melissa McCarthy to play Ursula. That seems more outrageous to me than the race of a fictional fish. But oh well, the internet does what the internet does. What can you do? I'm really excited to see how the movie turns out. Oh my god, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I was a really big fan of the first Into the Spider-Verse movie. Absolutely loved it. The art style, the animation, and so I'm mainly just excited to see where they take the visuals in this movie rather than the plot. Like they could have the worst plot but like the prettiest visuals, and I'll just be like, wow. I think out of all the Marvel projects that are coming out this year, this has to be the one I'm most excited about, just because of how good the first one was. Like, I don't think they're gonna fuck this up. Asteroid City, which is a movie directed by Wes Anderson, which is set to release on June 16th. I hadn't heard or seen anything about this movie up until I looked up Wes Anderson movies 2023, simply because Wes Anderson is one of my favorite directors. I've talked about this in a previous video before. If you want to watch that video, here it is. I just love his pacing and his directing style. I'm just really excited to see what he does in a rom-com type of genre, just because I haven't seen him do something like that. I'm not sure if he has already. But when I was looking at the cast, it just got crazier and crazier the more I looked at it. Because first up, we have Maya Hawke, which is like dope, Maya Hawke. And then it's Scarlett Johansson, and then Margot Robbie. And I know what you're thinking. That's a fucking powerhouse right there. Nope, it gets better. Edward Norton, Bryan Cranston, Steve fucking Carell? To say I'm excited about this movie is honestly an understatement. I genuinely don't really know what the movie's about. There isn't a lot of information out there. Not even a trailer. I just know the cast and the director, and that alone has me excited to watch. Oppenheimer is a movie directed by Christopher Nolan that's set to release on July 21st. The movie is about Oppenheimer, who was the creator of the bomb. It's a war drama, and although though this isn't the type of genre I normally gravitate towards, this is something I'm definitely gonna watch just because Christopher Nolan directed it. If you don't know who Christopher Nolan is, he is one of the biggest directors in the industry right now. He's directed the movies Inception, Interstellar, The Dark Knight, and the list truly goes on. There are definitely film majors out there with like a shrine for Christopher Nolan. Barbie is also set to release on July 21st. It's directed by Greta Gerwig, who is known for Little Women and Lady Bird. And although her directing style isn't necessarily something that has sparked my interest, I just have to see Margot Robbie playing Barbie and Ryan Gosling playing Ken. I can't miss that out. And this is definitely one of the movies I'm most excited to see this year, just because of how iconic it is. Next up, we have the last Marvel project on this list, and it's The Marvels, which is set to release on July 28th. The Marvels follows Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. From what I know of, their powers are somehow connected, and this movie is kind of just navigating that together. Marvel hasn't really released much information about this. I know that they played like a trailer in Comic-Con or something, and like the audio was leaked, but other than that, there's really nothing to work with. What I'm mainly excited to see about in this movie is their dynamics. I think that's something that would be really cool to discover. I hope the Marvel does it correctly, because like I said, recently they've been letting me down. Next up on this list is Wonka, which is set to release on December 15th. When I heard they casted Timothée Chalamet as young Willy Wonka, I immediately agreed. I don't think anybody disagreed about him playing Willy Wonka. The director Paul King, who is famously known for directing all 3 of the Paddington movies? Now, I haven't seen these movies, and they may as well be cinematic masterpieces, and I'm not aware of it, but I'm hoping and praying that he is the right guy for this movie. I'm just really excited to see Timothy in this role, specifically. Now, the last thing on this list is The Idol, which is a show that's set to release on HBO Max. It still doesn't have a release date, but I still wanted to include it in this list because it says that it's gonna be released in 2023. Now, this is about to get crazy. I was scrolling through A24's website just looking up for upcoming projects because, you know, A24 is the production company right now. And I stumbled upon a show. You're never gonna guess who's in it. The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp, directed by Sam Levinson, who is the director of Euphoria. Now, I don't know if you need any more information, but I was sold from just hearing that. So from my understanding, the show is about a pop celebrity in Hollywood who gets with a leader of a cult, and that's who The Weeknd plays. It just sounds like a lot, and I'm really excited to see it. It seems very mature audience though from that trailer that I saw. It just seemed like a lot. Sam Levinson is obviously a very talented director who's been praised for his work in Euphoria, and I'm just really excited to see him work on something else. The story is so compelling as well. I don't know, I'm sold. Thank you guys for watching. Those were my 10 most anticipated watches of 2023. If you guys have other movies that are coming out that I didn't mention that you're excited to watch, comment them down below. Follow me on Letterboxd if you want to see what I end up rating these movies throughout the year. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.